Hello, hello. Welcome to another stream. Ooh, I'm tired. Today we're doing well, first I'll go over the collision stuff that I finished, and then we'll talk about what other collision stuff we need to add. And then yeah, then I don't know actually. I don't know what I'll do after that. Probably the next task. Maybe networking, more networking stuff. Some more networking stuff. All right. I'm looking for my cup. Oh, there it is. I swear, dude, I'm so tired today. I don't know what happened. But let's see what we have. I added this little wall that you can run into now. Like so. I guess we could fix this visual bug. I think if I add anti-aliasing, that'll fix it. I feel like they should be able to get closer. I should make the collider smaller. Let's see here. On when I create the collider, I do 8. Let's do 6. That's a radius. That'll subtract 4 from all sides. I do it there, then I do it in client, I think. Yeah. Do that there. Let's see how she looks. That's a little bit better. See it right there. Cool. I like this. That looks fine. We'll keep that at 6 then. And do I need to add any other collision stuff? Because I wrote a function that just does an n-squared collision check, and that was all fine and dandy. But I just don't know. I don't think I need it right away, but once I start adding like weapons and stuff like that, then I would need it. So I guess in that sense, it will eventually be needed, but we definitely don't need it right now. Unless we want to add bullets or swords or something. Hmm. I guess where do we want to take it? I know we have network optimizations to do, but I think I'd rather have more stuff written before I start doing that. Because it seems silly to optimize the network for how it is right now and then have to change it and have to later re-optimize it. Maybe we just make this look like a little starting area. Let's do that. I'm gonna change the title. Starting area creation. All right. What time is it? 8. Let's actually fix this. Let's fix this visual bug first, and then we'll design this guy. Let's look at my shaders. Glitch shaders. Actually, what am I using on the client? I'm using the sprite shader, which is this one. Sprite vertex, sprite fragment. So we can look at these two files, sprite vs and sprite fs. Let's take a look. The problem I'm having, I think, is that oh, this is literally just straight from what's it called, learnoriginal.com. I think there's some floating point rounding errors that happen when you get to like a weird zoom. Now it's not working. When you do a weird zoom angle, it like interpolates this pixel as being interpolates this pixel as like being on this sprite, like this one. Like it's just the sizes don't line up. No, that probably doesn't make any sense, but it's like the same shimmering effect where see how one eye gets smaller than the other eye, because just how you ended up, it just doesn't line up the pixels properly. It interpolates them as different pixels. What I read, what I was trying to do was I was trying to do this pixel art shader. Oh, that's weird. I'm using, yeah, let's look at this shader. Subpixel.fs. This one uses the same sprite vertex shader, but it uses a subpixel anti-aliased shader. And I have in my to-do list to fix this, but I haven't got this working. Well, let's change our shader to this one and see what it looks like. Because I haven't played with this stuff in a long time. Let's see, MMO app Apple client pixel art shader. Let's restart it. It's a very similar shader. Yeah, it still has the same issue. It is something that needs to be fixed though. I don't think it happens on the tile map because the tile map gets batched together in one object and then drawn together. Whereas this one, the matrices get applied separately. Okay. This is where I got this from. I thought I was doing this properly. Adapted from more reading. Oh, this is the yeah. That's a Handmade Hero video. The problem we're trying to fix is find the relationship between pixel on screen and the pixel of the texture, or texels, to perceptually preserve the original texture appearance. Let's see here. It is not my intention to talk bad about the game, just to show an example that's already suffered from this problem, and maybe at the end of the article have a test bed to try different solutions. Hmm. Why is this one distorted? I don't really know. This one looks actually the best. This one looks a little bit blurry on the edges. This one looks sharper. Oh, wait a second, but I have to turn on, when I load my sprite sheet, I have to set this to true. This requires, because this is going to do its own, like sharpening, I think you have to have bilinear filtering on. And this sets bilinear filtering onto my texture. Let's try that again. Oh, that looks terrible. We don't have the issue anymore though. But the eyes still get misshapen. Oh no, we do have the issue. I spoke too soon. I like this. Because this is using the wrong thing now, the wrong shader type. I think I can enable anti-aliasing though, and that will fix this problem, but I don't want to rely on that, especially because that won't work for WebGL. So I'd prefer to have something that just works all the time. I'm just this is all the movement stuff, so we don't have to worry about that. Pixel is pixel plus offset. That's from the movement. Invec2. I don't know. Outvec4 color. We have that. Invec2 pixel. I don't know if we have a I call my pixel text chord times texture size 2D. .xy. I guess we should probably read through one of these, huh? As mentioned earlier, the shader works by combining both the nearest neighbor and bilinear filtering. For the most part, the shader uses nearest neighbor filtering as the best solution, as the best suited to pixel art. However, at the borders between texels, bilinear filtering is used. This is because the border between texels. Okay. This is because if a screen pixel is situated at one of the borders, it would contain parts of more than one texel. Remember, Yeah, so that's what happens is the one sample gets like offset of the texel. So what ends up happening is you end up picking the wrong color. So you can do anti-aliasing where you just kind of probabilistically get the right color. Use bilinear filtering at the border. Blends the colors, make it look more natural. This will not cause a noticeable blur like a pure bilinear filtering does, since we only use it at the borders. An example is shown in the diagram below. Vertex input, vertex output. Okay. Oh, this is in Unity, I guess. Hmm. Let's just see what the math looks like. Yeah, vertex shader. I wish I just got this working when I was working on this, because I do not remember how this stuff was supposed to be. Like, I guess we could just go through this code and try to understand it again, but I genuinely do not remember. Okay. Pixel. I just don't know what this input is. Pixel. I guess this is the pixel on the screen. I don't know why I don't have that. I feel like I should have a fragment coordinate or something like that. Let's see here. Sprite.vs. We get the text chord out. I'm not a very good OpenGL programmer, unfortunately, so let's see here. Pixel equals pixel plus offset minus center. That's just about this stuff. So he's just recalculating where the pixel is on the screen and scaling it up, it looks like. Then you have UV, floor pixel plus 0.5. But I think my pixel, this is what I don't, subpixel A algorithm. There's one that has it like half and half. See how it smooths down? When I comment this out, you'll see it start to shimmer. That starts shimmering. That's where it's like kind of like snapping over. Okay, UV equals floor pixel 0.5. Then we do, oh, I guess I had that commented out. Fract. I don't know what this does. I guess this takes the fraction or something. Fractional part. One minus clamp. One minus clamp. One minus fract pixel times scale. What is scale? Oh, I'm calculating a scale. What do they set scale to? Scale is pixel size plus. So this I should be able to set to whatever I want. Is that a 0? 0, 1. All right, let's give this a run. See how she looks. It's interesting because now they all have that like that line. It's also weird. There's a bunch of like noticeable hitching now. The eyes seem to be the right size though. Like if you look at his eyes, they seem to be the correct size now. I wonder if this actually did fix it. Can I just make this scale 1.0? Because I don't really remember what this is. View 0. Oh, that's super blurry. We take the length of the view scaling. I guess that's the magnitude. We take the length of view 10. I genuinely don't know how I calculated that. I say it's shimmering, but I don't really see it anymore. Other than these looking terrible. There's some weird like hiccups though. Also, there's some weird colors. Like if you look around, just around the screen, there's like a very slightly darker green. These are certainly getting messed up though. Wonder what happens if I turn off the, what's it called? I wonder what happens if I turn off the smoothing of the sprite sheet. Yeah, so now the eyes go back to normal. Actually, yeah, see how this one's like really narrow there? Just because we're at some weird zoom angle. I'm not sure, I might need multiple sprite sheets then, some for UI and some for, or actually, I'm kind of confused now. Why would the UI have a weird scaling? Oh, because the UI is probably not using the right shader. So really the UI should just be using the right shader if it's going to be doing pixel art. That's probably a pretty easy fix. Let's see here. When we create the group, it creates a render pass. I guess I could pull this data out just so you can set the shader, or maybe I have a default one. Also, it's kind of weird because we have text rendering too, which might need a specific type of shading. Hmm. Let's just change this to, oops, pixel, what did I call it? Pixel art shader. We can comment this out actually. Pixel art shader. Let's give that a shot. Oh boy. At least the text looks fine. It doesn't look bad, but you can kind of see there's like this green edge on it now, you know? Like it's fading to black. It's not fading to it's not fading to transparent. There's probably some issue with my shader. And then and then the problem with these now, the problem with these edges is now these are fading. Like these are fading to black, I guess, or maybe transparent or something. Maybe I just need to fix that one issue where they're fading to black. Let's see, shaders. We have subpixel, that's our shader. Texture, texture 1. UV divided by texture size 2D. What if I just do like 4 plus this? Implicit cast. Oh. Wait a second. Oh, this scale is a not vector. Hmm. Wait, how does this work then? Like I scale independently in the X and Y, which is weird. Also, when you go out here, it looks really funky. Oh, look, the time maps are getting messed up now. Um, I don't remember which parts of a matrix these are. Let's look at what a um we have the first column, and you have the second column of a mat 4. Um, yeah, there's a Please refrain from asking me math questions. Oh. There's a... Like, I'm pulling these out for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why I'm calculating the scale like this. Especially because my thing I'm copying just uses one scale. And it's basically completely made up. So like that would lead me to think that I don't need to make it dependent on my view matrix. But I could be wrong about that. Matrix components. I'm not really sure what to Google here. Here we go. This is the translation. This is the scale. And that's rotation. What am I doing? I'm doing the length of a vec3 view. The view matrix 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. I'm taking these three for the x, and I'm taking these three for the y. And I guess, why would I do that? Oh, I guess I'm trying to find the scale of... I guess I'm trying to find the scale of the camera. Wouldn't this just... or view 0. I'm just curious what it looks like when I do this. So the XY scale should be the same. Pixel size is an int, or it's a float. Hey, I got the cam right, I know. Took a while, but I finally figured it out. Does it look too, is the angle too sharp? Because it's kind of, it's not straight above me, it's a little bit offset still, but I think it looks a little bit better. Or at least I hope it looks a little bit better. It's weird that this guy is able to do it without a vector. Maybe his version of OpenGL, this just works. Maybe that's why mine's different. It's fine, good. Glad to hear it. Well, I was gonna make like a little starting area. Jeez, I'm gonna find a variable UV. I'm trying to show you. Oh, I need a semicolon. That's right. Right now we're doing shaders. I made a little, well, I finished the collision stuff. How collisions work. But when I drew these objects, I started getting these really thin lines between them all. I'm trying to figure out a good way to fix that. And so far it has not been working. So this might end up being a shader stream. It's just when things are tiled together, they end up having this like really thin line together. But and if I zoom the tile map out really far, it does it too. I think it's just a floating point rounding issue, where like the pixel on the screen isn't matching up to what the texture should be there, so it kind of messes up. I'm not really sure yeah. So I'm kind of playing around with that a little bit. I think this is all I was doing. It's weird that I was making the scale that though. I'm just curious what happens when I multiply it by 5 here. Let's see, cash from int to oh, I guess I have to do 5 dot. Gotta love it. Also, there's so much rendering hiccuping going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if you guys can tell it. That actually made it look a lot better somehow. Like, look at that. And then look at this. Maybe I need to up the multiplication value. I don't know what this scale value does though. Let's just we'll do a little doubling search. Just keep doubling it till it looks bad. Well, there's less of these now. This looks a lot better. What happened? And the eyes aren't shrinking either. Actually, there we go. They are shrinking. So I think the bigger I make the scale, just the it ends up just resorting back to nearest neighbor filtering. I really don't understand this. Maybe I just need to read these again. Location within a texel. Texels per pixel. Oh, this must be where I got it from. Texels per pixel. Hmm. -1 divided by texels per pixel plus 0.5, 0, 0.5. That's interesting because his interpolation is different than mine because he's doing it to 0.5. Oh, plus a clamp. Now with the fragment shader, which is executed for each pixel in order to calculate its color. This is where the main logic of our shader resides. location in the texel. We get the oh, okay, because you're on some texel, and that's the part before the decimal, and you take the fraction of that. That's your location inside of the texel. Interpolation amount. So he uses something different here. Location within texel divided by texel per pixel. So that converts it to pick the pixel. Zero point 0.5. Location within texel minus 1. Texels per pixel. Final texture chords. Hmm. For the current screen pixel, find its location in relation to the nearest texels, line 3. Okay. Using this information to determine how much, if at all, we need to interpolate between the colors of the nearest texels, lines 4 and 5. This is where the algorithm decides whether to use nearest neighbor or bilinear filtering for the current pixel. No interpolation means it's using nearest neighbor filtering. Interpolation means it's using bilinear filtering. Oh, interpolation amount. I don't understand why you can just subtract 1 here, though. Because like you have location in texel, and you're saying location texel minus 1. Don't you have to do it on all? Like what doesn't minus 1 shift you this way always? Hmm. I need coffee. This is too complicated. I'll be right back. Got lost a bit in there. Who, me? I'm always lost, let me tell you. I just can't really like visualize what this is doing when it subtracts 1 here. But I don't know if we're gonna figure it out until I drink this second cup of coffee, honestly. Using this information to determine how much, if at all. Me, lol, but reassuring to know you too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm very lost. I just don't understand. It's clamping? We just need to draw. We just need to draw this. Sometimes you just gotta draw a picture, you know? Okay. Let's just use these as the pixels. And then this is gonna be the texels. This is the texture, really. These are texture pixels, aka texels. Okay. We'll use red for all this math. Location within texel. So we have the texture coordinate. And the texture coordinate's going to be like, let's say we're doing this pixel, that this is like the texture coordinate. So then we find the location, and this is in the entire like screen space, you know? So it's like that's the red dot inside this entire thing. And then we want to find this position, but relative to this texel. So we want to find it relative to here. So that's why we take the fractional part. Is that right? Yeah, because this is like, let's say that this is, let's say this is like the 5th pixel on the texture or something like that. And this would be the 6th pixel up here or something, like depending on which way it goes. I'm assuming it goes upwards, like this direction. So then this would be like 5.9 or something like that. 5.9, 5.9 or whatever. This is like 5.5. This is like 6.6. That makes that like 5.9. Then we take the fractional point. Which is going to give us 0.9.9. It's weird though, because it's like input.text chords. That's a vector. I don't understand how they get a float. Frac function, GLSL. See, I genuinely don't know how he gets a float out of this. If this is truly a texture coordinate. Oh, float 2. Oh, okay. I thought it said float 32. Okay, so that's okay then. So we have 0.9. We have 0.9. I think I read that right. Maybe the fractional part of the argument. Yeah. So that's fine. Okay, so now we have 0.9, 0.9. Because we're relative to this. So we found the position inside of the texel. Interpolation amount. Clamp. Location in texel divided by texels per pixel. That's our scaling value. Location within texel divided by texels per pixel. Morning, Jomi. How are you today? Texels per pixel. I mean, that would essentially be the number of that would be 1 over the number of pixels that are in this texel. I think the way to calculate that, it's kind of like this, it's basically the camera zoom, right? Got to be in 20 minutes, so I'll leave for half an hour. Nice. I'm doing well. I am tired. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I don't think I slept very well last night. Or maybe I slept too well, you know? You know when you sleep too well and then you can't wake up the next day? That's me right now. Or I didn't sleep well enough, I'm not sure. And now I'm solving like a really hard problem, so it's magnified. It's not looking good for me today. I think I can get this from the camera zoom though. And X and Y would have probably the same zoom. What are we solving? Well, I was gonna make like a little starting area. I guess you haven't seen very much of this recently, but I made like walls and I did collisions and stuff like that. So now you can run across walls, etc., etc. But then I started to notice that when I put these sprites really close together, you get these little lines. It's interesting that they like, as the interpolation kind of concludes, it, but yeah, you get lines like these ones, right? And that's not good. So I was trying to fix that, and the way I was hoping to fix it is to do this, like before. I don't know if you remembered this before, but if you zoomed out far enough, what ends up happening is it can't really like figure out which pixel certain or which texture coordinate or sorry, which texel a specific pixel should be. So what you're supposed to do apparently is you're supposed to like filter between the two pixels when you have a lot of this high pixel density, like so. So you're supposed to filter like this, bilinear filter here, but the nearest neighbor everywhere else. So I'm trying to set it up to do that, basically that computation. So I'm trying to fix my shader basically to fix this problem and also to fix the kind of a shimmering problem that you'll see if you look at this. Feels like very smooth. Then if I change this one thing, you can see it starts shimmering because it's kind of snapping the pixels around. This helps smooth it out. This basically helps smooth out your pixel art. So I'm hoping to fix both of those problems. Make it look nicer. So I'm reading this article. Oops, not that one, this one. And yeah, we're figuring out. Why not do like me, make every texture just a colored box? That's a good idea, honestly. Definitely simplifies things. Problem solved. Problem solved, no art. Just boxes. All right. How do I calculate texels per pixel? I guess that would just be the camera zoom, wouldn't it? But we'll figure out how to calculate this eventually. Oops. Once we multiplied this, or once we do this division though, you saw the brainfuck interpreter uses Pico CSS? Yeah, I did see that. I saw your little UI for it. Does it work now? That's impressive. Boxes, boxing, exactly. That could be a cool game. Box Wars. Box Wars Revenge of the Boxes. I like Pico CSS. That's what my website uses. I'm glad you told me about that. I like little CSS frameworks like that where I don't have to do anything. I just have to, unit tests, come on. What is this? What is this, a job? I'm gonna do a different color. Yeah, Pico's nice and very minimal. Yeah. It also looks really good. So this is gonna be, this 0.9.9 is kind of in our in this new space. Cornered here. Location within texel, which will be 0.9, divided by texels per pixel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say it's about 1/5. So you have 0.9 divided by 1 texel every 5 pixels. That would be this. So strange. I don't understand. And then it clamps that number, which is going to be way bigger than 0.5. It's going to clamp it to 0.5. I don't know, boys. Also, this just doesn't make sense to me. -1. Is this a vector? Let me get my coffee. I'll be right back. Oh no, we were not kidding. It is pretty cool. It's really nice if you just want to like hack together a little website and have your theming like all perfect by default. Or not all perfect, but like have your theming look pretty nice by default. It's a pretty solid option, if I do say so myself. I'm not really sure. I kind of want to watch that video. Artificial? What's his name again? Ah, there we go. 2 A's. I know I've seen this video before, but what is it? It is. It one about how he did his pixels. Next gen pixel art. Oops. I need to get my headphones. Hold on. Oh. Rounded corners everywhere. Not like this. I think he's taking a break right now. Really? Why is that? Oh, you guys probably want to listen to this too, maybe.
Is every pixel on the screen aligned to the same grid? For the sake of this video, I'm gonna label the games that pass this test as the retro style. Usually these games are created by forcing the GPU to render in a lower resolution, and then scaling up the result. This forces the pixels to always be aligned, and mimics closely how games used to look like in the past. The games that don't pass this test, I'm gonna label as the modern style. Here we
So I could do the retro style and just like render to a really low resolution screen and then scale it up. But I feel like that looks kind of weird.
are usually rendering using the screen resolution, meaning that our pixels are free to move and rotate however they want. Now, whichever style you prefer is a subjective choice. Assortion, for example, is made in the modern style, the main reason being that this way the camera feels much smoother. But also, since the gravity can change to any arbitrary direction, I can always rotate Alice accordingly. The retro style, however, has one very nice feature that I like. We can put whatever we want in front of a camera, and it will automatically get pixelated. This opens the door to a lot of amazing effects, pixel-perfect lines, distortion, lights, procedural geometry, some of which are simply impossible to achieve when rendering at full resolution. For a very long time I was torn. On one hand, smooth camera and rotation. On the other, perfection.
Perfection. I like
but
that.
This ends today, as I'm about to present to you what is indubitably the biggest discovery of the 21st century.
It's a pretty short video too. I like that.
Okay, enough of that. Imagine a moving camera. Let's make it snap to the pixel grid. Notice how the result looks exactly like the retro style. So I can start rendering the scene with low resolution and scaling it up. As you can see, nothing has changed. Now, when I snap the camera, I need to move it by a certain amount. I'm gonna store this amount, and while scaling the image up, I will offset it accordingly. What we end up with is an upscaled view of our scene that slides smoothly across the screen. We just need to account for the borders. This idea of snapping the camera, rendering, and then offsetting the image back is what underlines a new renderer that I'm working on. This is obviously a simple example with just one static background. With parallax, there are multiple different layers, each moving at its own rate. To make it work, I render them separately, each time adjusting the snapping and the offset. And this is the result. It looks just like the modern style, except now I can use things like sprite shapes or lights. My foliage shader is now much simpler. I'm also working on a line shader to spicy up the vegetation a little bit. Additionally, I can control which layer gets pixelated, so I can still rotate Alice and display fonts. And finally, since it's a custom renderer, I can add to it some custom passes. This one, for example, creates light shafts. I'm really excited about this renderer. There are lots of
looks
other
really
cool
freaking
effects
good,
that I want
jeez.
to explore, so we'll definitely go back to this topic in the future. But in the present, that's all I've got for you. So thanks for watching, and until next week.
That's a solid video. I guess I could do something like that. I just don't understand. Does that mean I would get rid of all of my floating point stuff? I'm trying to think. Or could I still snap it somehow? Maybe I should just have like a, maybe I should make a little, look out guys, I know, seriously. Good thing the camera's not on my face because there's steam coming out of my ears. My brain's overheating. I'm used to just copying people's ideas, you know? I think what we'll do, I think what I'm gonna do is, I think this is gonna be really hard to solve in my MMO projects. What I'm gonna do is I don't know. Am I gonna have this same problem even at low resolution? That's the part I don't know. Also, are there frame buffers in WebGL? Yeah, there is. Idea for stream temperature cam? It would be way up here. It'd be zoom. It would be the temperature thermometer would be bubbling up. All right, Jomi, thanks for stopping in. I'll see you later, bud. Good luck on your interview or meeting. Okay, not an interview, just a meeting. Good luck in your meeting. What's up, not unknown? How you doing today? Don't worry about copying, just need it to work, exactly. Yeah, I feel like I kind of want to play with or play around with this idea. So maybe I'll do a little pause on the MMO development, and I'll just go to glitch examples. I'm gonna make a folder called subpixel. Nice, and you? I loved working my project while watching yours. Oh, nice. I'm glad. I'm doing well. I started off really tired. I'm still a little bit tired, but I'm slowly waking up, which is good. We're having some pixel shader problems. I shouldn't call this subpixel. I should call it pixel art. Let's do this actually. Yeah, dude, I'm getting the coffee carried this morning. I might have. I honestly, I'm probably gonna drink 3 cups of coffee this morning. Oh, do you know the Extortion project? Nice. This game will revolutionize the pixel art style. Yeah. Well, I just watched his video because I was having some problems with my pixel art shader. So I just watched his video about this one. So I think I'm gonna do something similar. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this like downgraded frame buffer resolution, and that does one really important thing, which is optimize the rendering pass a lot. Because you're rendering to a very small frame buffer, which makes it a lot faster. And then I'm gonna do this upscaling part. And then this upscaling is probably just some other shader pass, I assume. And I don't think this will be too hard. The thing I'm not sure about though is I don't really know how to explain it. I'm not sure because I have all these items in the game world. I'm not sure, like, do they all get like rounded or to some position and then drawn there or something like that? That's the part I'm not sure about. But we'll figure it out. So I think we'll do some learning in the small scale, and we'll try to scale it up to look nice. I like it when you have this like these like data transformations, which can make your thing look a lot better without having to build this whole pipeline all at once. I like that we can break it up into two problems. Pixel art, main.go. Okie doke. I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna copy some Gopher Mark stuff. Morning, JJ. How are you today? Or I want to put this to pixel art. Oh, I haven't saved this yet. Yes. Copy to pixel art. Gopher.png. Very tired of getting there. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. All right, let's clean this guy up. We'll keep a load image. Runtime stuff we can remove. Flags we can remove. I don't know if I need OS. I probably do. I guess I don't. I'm not doing any performance measurements today. We'll rename our window. We'll have our pixel art shader, the render pass. Gopher. Texture is a gopher. That stuff we can clean up. We can make a sprite. Is this right? Oh yeah. I can just do texture.bounds though. Length is, we don't need to do this anymore. Don't need to do that. I'm gonna comment out the text stuff because I don't think we really need that. We don't need to measure time anymore. Window should close. Backspace close. Start. We don't need to do that. We don't need to move people anymore. Or maybe we could. Where do I make the people? There we go. We'll just do like 10. 10 man. I guess I probably do need these still. We need to do that though. We don't need this stuff. Draft Craning Company and you aren't at the same time. Uh-oh. Gotta pick. Gotta pick. I'll forgive you if you go watch somebody else, but I'll be sad. Can you use the index and go? Do you mean, I don't know, I guess I don't know what you mean by Z index. You can have vector 3s in Go. My, alright, like you're talking about sprite sorting? I have ways of sorting, but yeah, you can sort off of the depth if you want. Matte. I don't need this stuff. Set uniform, draw, update, DT. Okay. Perfect. Log time. Text declared but not used. Atlas declared but not used. Load shader. Undefined variable scale. Yep. Yep, that sounds about right. Oops, I forgot to turn VSync on. I'm gonna make them all not change colors. So there's a lot of shimmering you can see. All right, so let's make a new shader now, and we're gonna use that new shader. And that's gonna be the really low, I guess we'll have to have two shader passes. We'll have to have a shader pass which renders it to a frame buffer that's low resolution, and then we'll have to have a shader pass which upscales it to the native resolution. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think that that's how it'll work. I don't know if there's any downsides of that, but what if there is? We'll learn it. ZNX for like layering, so you don't have, so you can have text display without interfering with backgrounds and such. I check the user's native resolution. You can pull the window resolution. Are you talking about the screen resolution or the window? I think the window resolution is probably what matters the most because you can like have a variable window, you know, right? Because I can just resize this guy. But you can look that up with GLFW. Yeah. But for Z-index for layering, I have the ability to do layers. I don't do a Z-index, or I do kind of do a Z-index. I bucket all the draw calls into a list based off of the Z-index layer that they set. And can you look at where you bought the keyboard, please? Yeah. So it's a key bio. They probably have it. They have it. Yeah, there it is. I think mine's the Iris 5 or 6, but now they have a 7. I probably bought this one, but mine might not have had these are like those hot swap sockets, I think. Mine doesn't have that. I soldered mine in, but oh, sold out. Yeah, I do like it. It took a little bit. I like the thumb buttons. The ortholinear layout took some getting used to, and I'm not a huge fan of it. But it's fine. It's not terrible. But yeah, they have a Rev 7 looks like now. So you probably want to get the highest revision. It was pretty easy to put together though. I had some keycaps I just pulled off of my poker. I had a poker 3. I pulled them off of that, and then yeah. You don't really like my current keyboard, and I was trying to get on the Vim grind set. Love it. I use Emacs, but I can appreciate that. That's hilarious. I mean, you may as well pick the superior text editor if you were gonna go to a text editor. Emacs is always waiting for more followers. I'm just kidding. Vim nice, yeah. No, I'm not that. I learned Emacs instead of Vim. Blasphemy. Oh no. I learned Emacs before Vim, so Pinky hurdy. Yeah, that's why you remind caps lock to your control, and then pinky no hurdy no more. All right, we'll call this guy pixel art shader 2, and we're gonna actually write some brand new shaders for it. I love Go Embed. It's so nice because now I can have this file that just gets embedded as a string into here, and I can just parse it as my shader. Let's see here. We need a. We'll do pixel art vert. Pixel art. Or what did I call them up here? Yeah, frag. We'll have pixel.vs, pixel.fs. We'll call them pixel art frag. Pixel art vert. Pixel art frag. These will probably be the exact same thing as the normal sprite shader. Just positions, colors, texture coordinate, and then you have some camera uniforms that will pass into it. Wish the Go team wasn't so dogmatic and gave us macros instead of half-assed stuff like embed. Aw. I like embed. Need macros so badly. One time building a bridge between Elixir and Go. Yeah. I really don't think Go generate is like, I almost don't think Go generate's a usable thing. I think like I can kind of understand the perspective though that they have, which is they don't want to add something to the language because like you have to imagine they're trying to support this language over a long time. So it's like once you add something, you're never going to be able to remove it. So I can understand that they haven't figured out macros enough to add them yet. I think that they probably I hope they eventually add something like it because I don't think Go generate's usable, especially for generating code. Like I've genuinely tried to use Go generate to generate stuff, and it's just like, oh gosh. Like I would honestly rather, I don't know. Like I'm not sure. Like I don't have a solution. I don't have an answer, but yeah, I think macros would be nice. The first ever commit had no macros. What do you mean? Oh, and Go. Welcome back, Jomi. How was your meeting? They declared holy war on them for some unknown reason. Yeah, I'm fine. I would be fine with some sort of like I would be fine with some sort of meta programming. Generics is kind of close, but I don't think generics really scratched my itch for meta programming. Like I don't think it necessarily has to be like this easy thing to use either. I would be fine with a complicated system. As long as it's just impossible to do. That's the problem. So yeah, I can empathize. Most of the time though, I can find a way around it. It's just sometimes it does get painful. Yeah, what was your pleasant surprise, Jomi? I'm gonna take the sprite.fs. I'm gonna copy that one. Okay. Pixel art shader 2 enabled. I had a meeting. The person I had a meeting with was someone who was in my class during high school. I believe it's the equivalent of what you guys call high school in America. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, nice. That's fun. Get to see an old friend. I like it. All right, so the shader works still. It is interesting that this doesn't change anything. Look at them Gophers go. Yep. I'm trying to make it, I'm trying to improve my pixel art shader. So we're not doing any benchmarks today, just that. I'm surprised you don't have any must error function in your code. I'm not a big fan, like you're talking about like check error, like panic or something like that. I'm not a huge fan of those. Because I always find what ends up happening is I always end up having to like handle the error eventually. At the top level though, you do have a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, I couldn't create a window. Like obviously there's nothing really I can do at that point. I guess I could retry to create a window, but like something fundamentally is wrong. So I need to like in an actual game, I would need to like emit some log message or something like that. So eventually they're all going to get removed. But I guess they're like a nice shorthand, but this is already not that bad to copy paste. So, okay. Let's go and I have a frame buffer. I have a frame buffer example as well. Frame. How do I use this? So I cleared the frame. Oh, I have two passes. One's for my render pass, one's for my final window pass. And then this one, the only thing I need to do in the window pass is draw the frame buffer to the window. Maybe I should have based my code based off of this. This is more close to what I was trying to do. That's okay. I think I can use the same. No, I shouldn't use the same pass. Otherwise I have to clear it in the middle. But we'll steal some logic. It's so common Sublime Text has a built-in autocomplete for it. Personally, when I have a big func with a lot of panics, I use goto for cleanup. Does Go have a goto? Or you mean like in like lower level languages like C and stuff? Yeah, I think that's pretty common. I've seen that before. Go has a goto? I had no idea. Oh, it does. Huh. I genuinely had no idea. They go to a tag. Okay. Interesting. I had no idea about this. I just learned something today. I thought they only had break tags. I thought you could only break. Give this. I know. I should. I'll have to give it a reread. I must have glossed over that part. I'm placing the platformer project on the back burner for now. I want to try some kind of management game, which does not require physics. Yeah. Physics is kind of a pain. Make the game like Wall Street Kid on the NES. I don't think I've ever played that one. It doesn't want to have macros and a whole list of other useful features, but they do have Go too. Algebraic data types would be nice, but I feel like I only really ever need them for when I'm trying to serialize something, and I just want to like I want to do like a binary serialization on something, and it would be so nice if I had algebraic data types. Have you ever tried compiling your ECS with GCC instead of GC and comparing that to Rust ECS? No, I haven't. Yeah, I'm not sure the performance differences between the GCC Go compiler and the Golang Teams Go compiler. I kind of assumed the Golang Teams one would be better, but I don't know. I only did the regular Go compiler. Go has a GCC compiler? Well, GCC has a Go compiler. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a I mean, it's like, I think it's an open source compiler. I don't know what they do in their back. I assume they use like LLVM. I think, doesn't GCC use LLVM for most of their compilers? I'm not that familiar with it. Oh, they don't? Clang, oh, that's right. There's another Google team responsible for the GCC compiler. Interesting. That's weird that they would both be at Google though. I wonder why they, there's GCC compiler. I noticed a slight improvement in performance. Interesting. Is it as stable? Like, you think the one that's vended by the language designers would be the best one, you know what I mean? So I guess I'm kind of maybe naively made that assumption. It is as stable? Okay. I wonder if both will be supported by Google in the future. Yeah, I'm not sure. We need to draw, when we draw our, oh yeah, we want to draw to the pass. Oh, there's like a target, right? How do I do this? Oh, then pass gets drawn to the frame. Pass, draw, win. Oh, this is gonna be, the frame gets drawn to the window pass. Let me do window pass draw. Here we go. I miss being tech smart like you all. I don't know how tech smart I am. I do my best though. I'm just playing some Minecraft today. I don't feel like coding. Hey, I've had days like that. In fact, yesterday was kind of a day like that. I got like one thing done and I was like, I don't know if I can continue. So I'm hoping today is more productive. There's absolutely no chance this works, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, it actually compiled. That's cool until redstone min-max. Okay, so we make a pass, we make a window pass. So this pass is used to draw, or then we make a frame, win.bounds, false, okay. Let's see where pass gets used. Pass.clear. Camera.set ortho. This updates the camera. Then we clear the pass and we draw all of them in, or the gophers technically, to it. And then we draw the pass to the frame. We clear the window pass. We set the uniforms on the window pass. Oh, these, we can't transform these. These need to be, because this is like a screen space. I don't want to transform the window pass because it's already been like transformed basically. Everything's been transformed into where the window would have been. Oh yeah, I'm not clearing the pass. Hey, it's like, you guys remember, what's it called? Do you guys remember the, Solitaire Microsoft game? This is that. That's hilarious. Yeah, Solitaire. I want to turn off my, YouTube compression's gonna love this, yep. This is so cool looking. I love stuff. This is what's so much fun about what's it called, programming, about like OpenGL programming, is all the weird stuff you end up having because you have like one little bug. It's funny how easy of an effect it is to make because literally you just don't clear your frame buffer. You know what? Let's just we'll just won't clear it. We're just gonna keep it looking like that, just for fun. All right, I can turn my webcam back on. I wanted to get like a little recording of it without a webcam, just because I thought it was kind of cool. All right. Oh, where's my water? There it is. Okay, we want to change the frame buffer size now. So we make the frame. When we make the frame, we need to do a different boundary. Render. We'll do 0, 0. I don't know, like 100 by 100. We're just playing around here. We're learning, boys, we're learning. I'm actually kind of surprised that didn't change anything. Are they bigger? Oh, I changed it on the wrong program. That's silly. I'm gonna go ahead and close this guy because that's confusing. Render bounds glitch.rect of 0, 0, 100, 100. So this would be like configurable. I guess when you're making a pixel art game, you might be like, oh, my resolution's always going to be this size, you know? Like I'm always going to render at this resolution. Look at that. That's even cooler. Look at those gophers go, man. I should make this full screen. VSync. I wonder what 10 by 10 looks like. So what's happening now is it's trying to render it as a 100 by 100 square, and then it's scaling that out to whatever the bounds are. So the aspect ratio should actually be I should consider that. Yeah, how to make a screensaver. What we can do is we can actually, let's do 10. I want to see what that looks like. That's so goofy. I just love it. Okay. Let's make the render bounds are gonna be win.bounds. I think I have like a scaled. We'll just cut them in half. Oh, I guess I just passed one in. So now the aspect ratio is maintained, which makes it look a lot crisper. We just cut it in half. Let's do a quarter of the size. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm gonna, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to do this. Make a kaleidoscope using gophers, yeah. Wait a second. How do you clear this? Glitched, oh, I do glitch.clear. Nope, wrong one. I'm clearing it as white. Let's just go ahead and make this black. I need to clear up here. So we'll clear the frame, then we'll draw the rendering pass to it. The problem I'm having though is that, I don't know. The gophers do look like they're walking, huh? The legs are flickering, looks funny, yeah. Going back to the macro discussion, the language is simple enough that I think it might be able to add them. Just give me a few weeks to finish some books and I'll take a shot at it. Nice. I can't wait. You can kind of do macros with Go Generate. The problem with it with Go Generate is that you can't generate inside of somebody else's package. So like that's where you have to like use something like generics, you know? Like if you wanted to generate somebody else. Like if you want to have some standard library like map or some data structure or something like that, like a linked list or whatever, you wanted to generate it for a type that you've defined, then that's where like macros would be nice, because you want to generate it in their package. You don't want to generate it into your package. That's the only like that's the only thing that would be nice for me, is to generate code but into someone else's package. Those gophers do look goofy. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Oh, the thing is, you can generate code for every language, but then the user of your library has to do it as well. Yeah, that's true. So it's nice when it's kind of just one command. But like I feel like that's kind of fixable, if as long as they make like a make file and they type like make all and it runs generate every time or something like that. Which isn't an issue because no one uses my package anyways, but still it'd be nice anyway. Yeah. Libraries using Go generate force you to do it. Yeah, what was I gonna say? You don't you can usually if a library has a Go generate in it, it's already generated the code for you. Like usually people use Go generate to generate something to save them time from typing it. But it's not something that's very easily usable for you generating your own thing. There are libraries that help you write generate stuff more simply, but it's not like it's usually for you inside of your own library. It's not usually for somebody else to use. Am I transpiling? I am not, no. I don't think you're I don't think my Discord bot code was bad. Never used it before. Yeah, I feel like that was pretty good. Am I scaling these guys? V scale. That's velocity. When I draw them, do I change their scale? I do scale them. Let's just translate them. These big gophers. See this weird eye stuff though? See how it like adds the right one before it removes the left one? Yeah, these are some chunky gophers. That's the thing I'm not sure about. I think what I should do, like I could fix that as long as I do this, I think. Hmm. Math thought round. Oh, that's kind of annoying. I really need to set up my data types better because I did a pretty poor job with that when I was defining my library originally. No, this is supposed to be float 64. It's still doing it though. Like what I'm expecting to have happen is I'm expecting it to just snap to the next pixel. What if I change round to floor? I need to do a different background because it's too hard to tell with we'll do like a mid gray. Like there's still some weird like that's the problem I'm trying to get rid of. Is that like that place where it's not sure which pixel it should be on. I think if I add anti-aliasing, that'll fix it. Um, what did I call it though? A window. Oh, samples. Like this is what I'm looking for. But I don't want to have to rely on having anti-aliasing. Oh no, it's still doing it. Look at that. I guess that wasn't the problem. Hmm. Pixel art shaders. Let me type in retro. I wish I understood shaders better. Let's see, what's it called? Shader toy? Oh, I search in here. Ah, here it is. That's a very terrible color. Red. Oh. Oh, there's literally nothing. Hmm. Uh, I'm not really sure about this. I almost feel like I feel like the reason that it's doing this weird shimmer thing is because it's not like it's like half moving to the next pixel, but it's not fully moving to the next pixel. And I'm not really sure why that is. Like I'm not sure why there's this overlap, especially if I rounded it. Like I feel like I have to switch everything to integer based math for this to work, but I don't think that that's right. How to get pixel perfect shader. Quiz canners? Let's see. Screen space, pixel perfect sampling. If there is a picture and its pixel x1234, for example, will be drawn on your physical screen in the same pixel position. Like this is what I'm looking for, and I don't know why my pixels aren't perfectly lining up with the position. I wonder if it's because of my oh wait, what shader did I do? I think I did just this normal shader. Best pixel perfect method. They do it by only scaling up. I think they do it by only scaling up by powers of 2. I was able to look at the videos, but my way of doing it is having a script on the camera that lets you pick a resolution, 160 by 144 Game Boy resolution. It'll automatically display the resolution as big as possible on the screen, keeping the aspect ratio and using integer scale values. Hmm. I'm genuinely not sure why this isn't working, but whatever. Or like that part I meant. Let's see. Can I... Like, I literally thought that this would fix this. Because this would force everything to be pixel aligned, I think. Or maybe it's like almost pixel aligned. I just need to like plus. No, it's still doing it. Hmm. Let's change the render bounds again. Instead of scaling it like this, we'll do 100 and 100. I feel like I'm not thinking about this correctly. But I'm not really sure what I'm missing here. I need the texture pixel size to match exactly the screen pixel size. Hmm. What just happened? Oh, that's because I made it exactly. There's no upscaling happening here. Hmm. I don't see any shimmering. Like, this looks very smooth to me. Oh, that's because I'm doing this integer thing, I think. Let me change this translation back to, oops. Of course. Okey-doke. Do I have samples still on? No, I do not. Yeah, it does look better. I'm not sure why though. I don't know what I did. I have to admit. By the way, don't you have the Go language server on Emacs? Yeah, I do. Or I have some things that work. Like I can find definitions and stuff like that. It comments unused imports, adds them when needed. Yeah, I usually just manually do that. Which is maybe sometimes annoying, but most of the time it doesn't like mess me up at all. Um, so strange. Why does it happen here? I'm genuinely so confused by this. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna look at shader. Pixel art shader 2. Bash run.sh. I turned on bilinear filtering. Let's see here. That's so strange. What a weird, I don't know why that is, but there's just some weird rounding. I guess, when I draw stuff, I could just snap it to an integer position. Where's my, oh, here it is. It's just weird that this doesn't shimmer either. Dang it. Go run dot. That is shimmering. Oh, that's because I have the size. So strange. I don't know. Kind of confused here. It's like whenever I scale this, it messes up. Otherwise, it's fine. But then when I do it on this one, it doesn't look good. Where this one's my MMO game. Hmm. New texture. I wonder, do I make another shader? Yeah, I'm using the same, I'm using the right shader. Huh. Oops. Hmm. Man, this stream's been a lot of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess the difference on this one is we get shimmering on this side. That's true. Do I ever know what I'm doing? I mean, the movement looks mostly fine. I think that I think the difference is this one I can get it to shimmer when I get to a weird zoom angle. So I think if I set the zoom of this camera, set ortho. Do I have a zoom field here? Set view. I said if I set this to like 2, oops. No, at 2 they look fine because I think that that's the power of 2 zooming. Now we see the shimmering. Okay, so it's when you're at weird zoom angles. So I think when it's at native or when it's at a power of 2 zooming, it can perfectly like scale the pixels in and out. But then you get to this 1.5 and it's like there's times when it's covering both and there's times when it's only covering one. What does that mean though? Um, Yoon is an excellent programmer. He knows. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I don't know how excellent I am after today. I just don't know. This is white. I don't really know what even to like think about. Like when you zoom 1 pixel to times 2, it ends up doing this, which is okay. But then when you zoom a pixel to 1.5, it's like this. So it ends up like shimmering, I think, because you're not overlapping the pixels 1 to 1. So I think I need 3 things to make it pixel perfect. To have like pixel perfect snapping. All of the zooms, all of the zooming has to be powers of 2. All the zooming has to be powers of 2. And all the translations for the position have to be 1, or have to be all integers. And then for the camera, they also have to be 1. So I think it's the camera, the positions, and the zoom all have to be exactly right. And then I think it'll be pixel perfect. I just feel like I don't know, it seems weird to like make all of those restrictions. It's hard to zoom by a power of 2 though. Now we're positionally snapped. Is that less shimmering? I feel like it's a little bit less shimmering. It's really hard to tell though. I want this one. There we go. But what they should mean though is I should be able to change my resolution, I think. Like if I do 4 here, but then I scale down by 0.25, shouldn't that just normalize, equal out, I mean? I make this 2, what does that look like? Still shimmering a lot. Then I make this 0.5. Shimmering gone. Because the camera matches the screen resolution change. I don't know. We did a game in the city yesterday. Well, city more like a town. What game did you do? Like a what's it called? Scavenger hunt? Scavenger hunt game? Hmm. I think if I keep those three things in mind, I could get pixel perfect. It just feels weird. Like it seems hard. It seems like it's gonna be really annoying to get all of these things right all the time. And then I need like a camera on top of this camera. I guess if I just never zoom my camera, I never zoom this camera. I have another camera on top of it that zooms. Then everything gets rounded. What was this one? Oh, this is the zoom of the camera. This is the position of the camera. It's just weird that I can't scale down by a power of 2. What does that look like? I guess it kind of makes sense. So if you have like, this is 1 pixel. If that's 1 pixel, and then I scale down by a power of 2, you end up with this one, which could overlap multiple pixels. So now I think you have to round differently. Would I just have to bias them by 0.5? I think I tried that. That looks fine because I'm doing the scaling. Okay, we have a lot of shimmering. Still shimmering. Okay, that didn't fix that. I almost need to convert. We had a map and there were marked locations. At every location there was something you could do to like hide for 20 minutes without the other teams finding you. Sharing your location, not gonna, okay. Sharing your location, not getting caught. It was a lot of fun. And afterwards, you went to eat ribs. Nice. That sounds like a pretty good day, honestly. I do love a good rack of ribs, let me tell you. Hmm. So we have the position. I need to think about this the right way. I think the right way is if we imagine these are the grids of the screen, then I have a pixel which is getting, it was all you can eat ribs? Dang. But you stuffed your face. That sounds so good. I'm so freaking hungry now. Guess it's almost 11, which is usually when I eat. I really just want to finish this though. I really want to get this at least like a little bit of progress. I want to understand what I'm doing wrong. But I don't know what it is. This seems like such an easy thing. Like get the pixels to just snap. I feel like these are the right things to do. But it's weird that I can't. It's weird I can't scale my frame buffer out and have this work. I think it must have to do with something like this, where because I'm zooming out a little bit. Am I zooming out? I'm actually zooming in, I think. Like what should be happening, I think, is this is the normal screen. Let's say it's a 4x3. Let's do a 4x4. Then I'm cutting it in half. Now it's going to be a 2x2, like so. So 1 pixel here. Oh, this is maybe the thing. It has 4 pixels here and it has 1 pixel here, and it doesn't know which one to put there. So I need to be rendering everything in terms of this size, not this size. That actually makes sense. So when I set up my camera, new camera ortho, and then I do set ortho 2D, I do window bounds. But what I really should be doing is this, render bounds. Because now my camera is not about, my camera is no longer about, what's it called? Or it's no longer rendering at this size. It's now rendering at this size. So I should be drawing everything that way. Render bound scale 0.5. That looks good. I'm not scaling there anymore, which was kind of doing what I was saying. Like they're kind of equivalents, I think. I need a second camera though, right? Or wait, set uniform projection view. I need a second camera that shifts, that basically scales this to this. Hmm. Let's make another camera. We'll call this the win cam. We'll do very similar stuff. And this will be window bounds. And it'll be a view 2D with a 1 zoom and a 0 translation. This should be win cam. Let's comment these. We'll put that there. WinCam.projection. WinCam.view. Okay, that's definitely wrong. I can't help but feel like this should be like this though. But there does need to be some amount of zooming happening, right? Because you have this frame buffer which isn't the right size. Two. So we'll scale 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. I guess this needs to be 0.5. What did I do? Did I do 0.25? I did 0.5, which would be a 2x zoom. It's like in the corner. It's in like the bottom left-hand corner. So I need to scale it outward. I need to zoom out. Which should be that. But it doesn't make it all the way. Let's scale another. It's not lining it up though, which is what's weird. Oh, because I think the problem actually isn't this. I think the problem is actually that the frame buffer is not capturing the entire world space that we want to render. You spent 60 euros on food and drinks. Dang, dude, after eating all you can eat ribs, I guess I don't blame you. It's fun to have those kind of like expensive outings, you know? I don't think I need this yet. The problem is I need this quad to get stretched. When I draw this frame, I need to be stretched on a quad to the entire window bounds. That should be the default quad. It should be like -1 to 1, I think. So that should work. How you get zooming is squared. Well, just because I'm scaling the render by a half, I figured I'd have to square it. It also looked like it was in the bottom left hand. It looks like it's in the bottom left hand corner. My render pass is only rendering the bottom left hand corner, but it should be rendering. I guess it's technically, it is being spread. It's just that the camera position should be shifted up. That's what it is. This should be like win.bounds.width. Did I do W divided by 2? This should be height. Oh, wait. Bounds. It's a function. Okay, I shifted too far. Divide by 4. I can't see the whole screen because I don't think there's any shimmering. There is the pixel perfect snapping though. Divide by 2. Divide by 4. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm stuck. I may need to take a break. Go eat something and recharge. I'll eventually conquer this hill. I don't really know what's going on here. I need to draw many more pictures, I believe. But I think I'll have to end it here. Thanks all for coming by. Sorry we didn't get very much done. I was literally trying to get trying to like do a little bit of design. I didn't think this would be this hard, but apparently I was wrong. So yeah, that'll be it. We'll figure it out though. We have collisions now, which is good. But I guess I didn't technically do that today, so. Yeah, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. It was fun. It was a good time. All right, I'll see you guys later.